Hello, it's time for another redesign of Firefox. Here we can read Mozilla is working on a big Firefox redesign. Here is what it looks like. And yeah, there will be some pictures. They say that Mozilla has embarked on yet another redesign for Firefox, codenamed Nova. And here is your first look at what it could look like when it releases. So if we scroll down and look, Mozilla is working on a huge redesign for Firefox, internally named Nova, featuring strong curves that aggressively round off the tabs and address bar, pastel colors, a refreshed new tab page, floating island UI elements, and more. And 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗟, a web developer and author of several open source extensions, shared these early mockups, but the final app could end up looking pretty different since actual development has only just started. And here we have a picture of it. So they have some element or panel here to the left, and yeah, the usual tab bar at the top and address bar, some menus here, some other menu there. Yeah, it's a bit of menus here and there. And then if we scroll down from the mockups, it appears Mozilla took some inspiration from Google's Material U, or at least the dynamic color extraction part of it, because the browser color accent appears influenced by the wallpaper setting. Choosing a mint green desktop background automatically shifts the top navigation bars to match that exact shade. Okay, yeah, I don't know what I think about this. It's just some color, so I don't know if I care that much about that. And here we have another picture. I think, doesn't it look quite similar or the same? Or yeah, I don't know what the difference is here. Then we continue. Here is what Nova looks like when you activate vertical tabs instead of the traditional horizontal layout. Might remind you a bit of the browser company's Arc browser. So they started this trend, and then I think all browsers have jumped on it. But also Firefox already, you can have vertical tabs, so it's not something new with this redesign here. It already exists in Firefox. What I'm running is a Zen browser, so it's based on the Gecko engine, so it's the same browser engine that you find in Firefox. And yeah, as you can see, it also has these vertical tabs, so yeah, all browsers are mimicking this trend now. So instead of having the tabs on the top, you have the tabs here to the left, and you have the address bar still here. So that's what I don't like. I don't like having it like on the top and to the left. I think it takes a bit too much space having it both here. So that's why I have this layout here. But here in Zen browser, in their settings, so it's possible to have a sidebar and a top navigation bar. So then it looks like in this. So that's like the layout they have here visible for Firefox. So that's achievable in Zen browser at the moment. But I think it's a little bit useless to have it both above and to the left. Then I prefer to only have it to the left, so it doesn't use that much space. Yeah, but this is what it looks like. And here we can also see below is what several UI elements like downloads panels, the site protections panel, the extensions management dialog, and the site permissions box look like under the Nova design language. I don't know if I have any strong opinions about that. Yeah, they look like before, or like it's the same content as before, but yeah, a little bit different look and feel with the colors and roundness, and yeah, I don't know. If you're interested, you can track the development of Nova on Bugzilla. A Figma document is also available, though access appears to be restricted to Mozilla developers at the moment. Okay, yeah, then it's a bit irrelevant here with the Figma design if it's only Mozilla developers who can access it. And then Mozilla has a long history of embarking on huge redesign projects for its Firefox browser. Before Nova, there was Firefox Proton, an update focusing on removing visual clutter with simplified menus back in June 2021 alongside Firefox 89. Going back even further, we saw the 2017 Photon redesign land with Firefox 57. The Photon interface gave us square tabs and a combined search and URL bar. Let's look at Proton. So I think that looks similar to what we have today. We can look at that Photon as well. What does that look like? Yeah, this looks familiar as well. Not every redesign project ends well for Mozilla, though. You might remember 2012's Firefox Metro, an ambitious attempt to build a custom browser for Windows 8's touch-first interface. The team built it to operate both as a traditional desktop application and as a touch-optimized Metro app. So let's look at that. You can open it here and see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks a bit different from, yeah. I don't know if that ever saw the light of day, but... And then finally, Firefox could only run in Metro mode if the user manually set the program as the default system browser in the Windows settings. The whole thing was scrapped in 2014 after 2 years in development due to a dismally low user adoption rate. A preview version of the software had been released a year earlier on the Aurora channel. Yeah, so I don't know what to think about this. It's pretty, I guess, but I think it looks good enough today already, so I don't know if this will, well, yeah, what value will this bring? If we look at the user statistics for the different browsers, so here we have Chrome, and it's from 4 different measuring sites here. So if we look at Chrome here, so they have about 60%, almost 70% of the market share, and this is if you combine all browsers, both desktop and mobile. And then we need to go down here, Firefox 2.18, 2.26, 5.83, 3.6%. And here at desktop, so they are doing a bit better on desktop, but on mobile, then it's almost nobody. It's less than 1%. Here it's 1.6%. Tablet, yeah, it doesn't even show up about tablet browsers. So I don't know if this is the right focus. I don't know if they will be able to turn around this in development by redesigning Firefox yet again. They've done it a few times in the past, and I don't know if it really makes that much difference to move around buttons and change the curves a little bit and some different colors. Yeah. It's nice that they're doing something, I suppose, but like we're seeing this development, and so I doubt that it would change just because they changed some colors somewhere. I think they need to think a bit differently, and yeah, I'm a bit unsure. And I'm not using Firefox here at the moment. I'm using Zen instead, which is based on the Gecko engine. So the Gecko engine, I think, is great. I think it's good that there are some competition to WebKit and Blink. So it's good that Firefox is still working on that. But yeah, and this with the UI design, yeah, sure, why not? But maybe it takes resources from other things that could be spent in a better way. I don't know. But please leave a comment and tell what you think about this Firefox redesign. Are you still using Firefox? If not, why aren't you using Firefox? And it would be interesting to hear what browser you have moved on to, and what you think about this redesign and their market share. Please leave a comment, and we will see each other another time. Bye bye!